On this next problem, you're given a graph and you need to figure out an equation for the graph. So here they give you a nice long word problem. It's not that long, but it tells you about the graph. And it's just asking you what equation represents this relationship. So we have A is your X value and P is your Y value. Any ideas how you can find a nice equation for this? Well, right off the bat, I see it goes through 0, 0, which is very helpful because I know if I go back to y equals mx plus b, I know the b value has to be 0. So all you have to do here is find the slope. How do you find the slope? Well, you can use 2 points. You can also draw on this graph. Can you find a nice point on this graph that you can use to find the slope? I'm looking here and I see this point here, which is 40, 15,000. And I also have this point, 0, 0, which is a nice, easy point to use. I can use other points if I want to, but these to me seem a little bit easier. So do you remember how to find the slope? So we're going to find the slope, and it's just the change in y over the change in x. Now you can do this algebraically. You can also do this on the graph. If you're doing it on the graph, just remember that the y-axis is scaled differently than the x-axis. So if I'm just drawing my slope triangle here, it goes up by 15,000. And it goes to the right by 40. So how are you going to do this? There's no calculator on this part. You can do long division. I actually like to do a little bit of fraction reduction when I have something like this. I'm going to cancel out these zeros, and I get 1,500 over 4. Now, I might not know what 1,500 over 4 is, but I know they're both even. So then I'm going to reduce it to 750 over 2. And then I can take half of 750, which is 375. So going back to my equation here, y is equal to 375x. But remember, my x and my y's are actually a and p. So I have p is equal to 375a. Another option for this type of problem, any ideas? Well, you can just pick a point and plug it in and see if it works. So if I plug in 40 to A, I get 200 times 40, which gives me 8,000. That does not work because I know it has to equal 15,000. And then you can plug it into each answer choice. So whatever works best for you is totally fine. Just know how to find the slope and also know that this is another option.